So, let's talk about Bad Blood. As the time you're seeing is, we 2 weeks removed from it. And yeah, WWE Bad Blood. It happened, just so happened to be on the anniversary of the very first Bad Blood event in 1997. I said they haven't referenced that plenty of times in the bill, even the event, and especially the opener. 27 when we had the first ever Bad Blood event, and the Hell in the Cell was Shawn Michaels The Undertaker. It's still, in my opinion, the greatest Hell in the Cell match it is. So, Bad Blood 2024. I had a lot of thoughts, like coming out of it. I think the biggest problem with it, almost everything in the middle, everything between, felt largely unimportant. Like, when you see everything in the middle, this will be like washed away and forgotten about after the show was over. Like, this is the tailor-made, like tailor definition of a two-match show. What this show was all about is what opened the show and what closed the show. Like, none of the matches in the middle felt important. Like, you just could have seen this on a Raw SmackDown episode and wouldn't even feel important. And I think that's kind of the danger of doing those 5-match shows, those 5-match PLE shows, in that sometimes most of the, like, there's gonna be large portions of the show where it just feels so filler, like, and I'm gonna talk about in one particular segment, but yeah, everything middle of the show was not good, I will say. And like, I almost feel like how the pacing of the show kind of did a disservice, because that crowd, after the opener up until the main event, almost like the crowd kind of just felt lifeless for, like I said, get to the middle, and let's just get out of the way. And this was unequivocally the match of the night when you look at the story and what led up to it and what led to this. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre 3, Hell in a Cell. Now, CM Punk was running around interviews pretty much that week, all people going into this match, and he said in I think the interview he gave that I saw was that coming in, he wanted to restore what the Hell in the Cell used to be and what it got away from. He wanted to restore of what the Hell in the Cell match, what it could be when it comes to how dangerous and how violent and a spectacle it will be. And all I can say to Mr. Phil Brooks, mission accomplished. Wow. I mean, like, I don't think there's nothing more powerful than watching a match that is so unreal for actually feeling like it was real. Like, this match kicked ass in so many ways. Like, I'm like, you see Hell in a Cell matches, and I'm not saying they're not great ones. I remember one video I put Cody and Seth for like in my top 10 matches in 2022 Hell in a Cell. And the thing is, like, maybe apart from that, none of the Hell in a Cell felt like true Hell in a Cell. They just felt like normal hardcore matches that just so happened to be in a cell. And these two, like, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, like, they had weapons, so you had steel set, you had a table, like, you had a steel shit, like, those guys that you would see hardcore matches, but it's like, this match actually felt like a Hell in a Cell, was truly dangerous. Like, when I talk about Cody Seth, like I mentioned, Cody Seth was kind of the happy actor of actually being fucking dangerous. What the actual real story was. Punk and Drew was pretty much the blow up. Like, Punk and Drew was like what it advertised to be, what it pretty much came to be, and so much more. Like it pretty much, what I love about this match is like, it pretty much has some small callbacks on pretty much in the entirety of this feud that's been going on for about like 9 months. And like, it showed the tribulation from like Punk wanted to choke on Drew with that fucking for almost killing the dude with a corner of the table and choking Drew on it, like, and Drew like trolling Punk, and Punk hated the metal fucking toe and both of them fucking bleed like a stuffy, and it's like, it almost felt too unreal also seeing the blood to this degree. And it's not like we haven't seen blood the last few years, but mostly it came from like the hard way or something like accidental. We haven't seen this blood to a degree like this, of how much it was realized on this. Like this, it's, and you, this is like the, and this is like, wow. Like, you even saw like this is like, both of these men came on with a mission to properly end a match like this on a Hell in a Cell. And like, those two like delivered in any way, shape, or form, like, and like, this is how you kind of have to use with the blood, like, you can't just overdo it in every case. When it's done right, you make a really spectacle thing. And this to deliver, and like this, and you even saw like they were going at it with finishers, and I love the final stretches with Drew praying to CM Punk. Like Punk said he would, and then Drew just low blows it. And then Drew goes for the third play one, and then, or the second one, I think. And Drew just landed, like, lower back first into the edge of the steps. And Punk hit the shame. And this is after Drew poured out all fucking the rib cases of the bracelet that he whipped on CM Punk. Weeks before this. After that, Punk just shoved it in Drew's mouth, just like Drew did it to Punk before, and Punk hit it with a fucking chain on the right knee, and pins him to win this match. And finally, ended the closing chapter with him and Drew McIntyre. This is what the Hell in a Cell was built upon. It was taking two guys that just could stand the life out of each other and putting them and locking like cage animals in a cell like this, and then just going at it it brought back a suspended for leave. And like I said, this had many callbacks. The tribulation, feel like when you watch it, it's like you actually felt reward as a fan. I think that's what wrestling fans most like to do this day. They should actually feel reward for spending on a story that you're being invested on and see it ending like this. And I think that's what people maybe will truly remember from this video, why they love it, and like they just couldn't done a better ending road to this video. CM Punk vs. Drew McIntyre, an excellent match. Maybe be my WWE like match of the year, at least WWE wise. Like, this was a phenomenal match. Easy, like one of like top 5 Hell in a Cell matches ever. Like, this was fantastic. I can't praise both of these men enough here. Like I pretty much said, this has been easily Feel of the Year, and while CM Punk won this feud has done so much for Drew McIntyre, so much to truly make him feel like a star. And with a guy like CM Punk, who it's not like full, like not like true part time, but he's pretty much not like on like mostly every week. And you see it here, like he's a veteran, and like if other veterans were like CM Punk here in previous iterations that have been generous and truly give the full-time guys like Drew as much as CM Punk gave to Drew here. If other vendors were in previous iterations like that, they give the full-time guys that much effort, like how much different the landscape of this company would have been. Just imagine that. So that's my dust on the CM Punk Drew McIntyre feud, and like it looked like I don't think it even mattered if it opened and like this was gonna be the real main event no matter what, because this was people were rating. This is the match that had the most story throughout all the matches to the show, and this was the one that delivered on every aspect. So yeah, fantastic match, fantastic Hell in a Cell match. Next is the WWE Women's Championship. You have Bayley going up against Nia Jax in a rematch. Nia Jax won the Women's Championship from Bayley at SummerSlam, so you get this rematch here. And again, just like the SummerSlam match, it wasn't that really special. And this was like better than the SummerSlam match by a hair. And that means it wasn't that much either. Like, this was fine, but it was okay. Like, they took their time, and like, yeah, like, they just couldn't like get the crowd, especially after the crowd just witnessed a Hell in a Cell brutality. Like, they just couldn't get it. And until Tiffany tried to seemingly cash in, I think that's where the crowd kinda got into it. And I love the Nia Jax reaction, seeing up like The Undertaker and watching Tiffany, her best friend, try to pull a one up on Nia. I think that was the best part of it. But yeah, this was average, I guess. This was fine, but really wasn't all that special. Like, yeah, Nia Jax retained the women's title. That was pretty much it. Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. This was a decent match, but only that, like, it just, I feel like it kind of screwed the push a little bit during this build. I think, like, this story kind of took the backseat to Liv and Rhea and Dom, like, and it really wasn't really about them. So yeah, and with like Damian focus on being with Rhea against Dom and Liv, kind of took out some luster of this feud. And yeah, like, this was a decent match. They kinda got into a little bit the end, but like, this was pretty much a TV match that you could have seen on Raw. And yeah, so, and like, Judgment Day, the new Judgment Day came out to try to take on Damian Priest, but Damian Priest powered through all of that and his Finn Balor with the Salto Hammer to win. So yeah, so this seems to be a one and done match for now, based on the finish with Damian beating Balor so easily. So yeah, this wasn't right home about. So yeah, like, this was a decent match that could have been easily on Raw. And then you have a segment with Triple H, and and they built this to be a historical announcement with Triple H. Triple H came out. I thought for sure they were, when they had the belt, I thought for sure it was going to be that women's mid-card belt that's been rumored for the longest amount of time. I can't remember how long this woman mid-card belt has been. So I thought for sure, and Triple H was coming out here. He ran his speech, a historical moment, or like, I can't remember. And then he said something about historic at Crown Jewel that we will see WWE Champion versus World Heavyweight Champion and WWE Women's Champion versus the Women's World Champion. And both of them will be for the Crown Jewel Championship. And Triple H revealed it, and it was the Crown Jewel Championship. And I will talk more after. Well, I just get to it like, oh boy. So from this announcement, it's been confirmed, like, it's gonna be Cody Rhodes versus Gunther, a WWE Champion versus World Champion for the Crown Jewel Championship. That apparently, after the match happens, there will be no mention. So it's basically that the greatest Royal Rumble Championship. Remember the first Saudi Arabia show they did, and they had a 50-man Royal Rumble to crown the greatest Royal Rumble Championship? That's basically what this is. And like, wow. Like, you get Cody Rhodes versus Gunther here. A match that I and many people have been waiting for to see. A match that everyone anticipates. And I have to say, this is the laziest way to get through this match. For a meaningless the championship that won't even be recognized, or recognized, but won't even be. That's basically an afterthought. Wow. And like, we also looks like gonna be Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. It's like, who gets the shit? And it's like, when I talk about the most, with the danger of the 5-match paper being, most of these shows feel largely unimportant. Crown Jewel looks to be on the next on that list because, wow. Like, when basically Crown Jewel this year feels like a non-canon event that won't even mean anything afterwards. Like, wow. This is probably this really feels like they couldn't be bothered to book anything interesting for the show, so they just do this. And it's like, wow. Unbelievable. So you had Gunther coming out afterwards talking about the history. And they mentioned Bill Goldberg which is funny because when Gunther there celebrated with Bret Hart before on Raw in Montreal a few weeks back, Gunther said to him his all-time favorite wrestler was still Goldberg. So Goldberg was in attendance as it was in Atlanta, his home state, and Gunther pretty much castrates that man on the mic, telling his son Gage that he hopes that Goldberg is a better father than he ever was as a professional wrestler. Ouch. And then Goldberg comes in for the crowd. Security posted. Then Sami Zayn used the distraction to attack Gunther to build to their title match on the Raw after. So it's kind of cool to see using Goldberg to do something with Gunther. But all I can think is like, with how long the 7 went through, they just couldn't fucking put Gunther and Sami on a world title match on here. They couldn't just put that match and put it on here and have Gunther threaten Goldberg and then do the assassin thing post match. Like, oh my god. Talking about killing them because they only have 5 fucking matches on it. Jesus. So the segment all in all just kind of felt a waste, in my opinion. Like, honestly, they just could have announced it that Crown Jewel titles like beforehand. They just could have announced it on some random social media account or even on the websites they're doing like this. So yeah. Then we get Liv Morgan defending the Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley and with Dominic on the shark cage. Wow, this was weird. Like, I don't know what their thought process is with this story. Like, it's kind of cool. It's been cooled off a lot, this Liv and Rhea story. It's been cooled off a lot after SummerSlam. But I think we might finally see here this Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley dominant storyline collapsing on the weight of its own stupidity. So you had Dominic suspended above the cage, and Rhea Ripley was so excited, he was so fired up that Dominic's going to get hit. Dominic is out of the way, that she's finally going to get her hands on Liv Morgan and recapture the championship he never lost. And Dominic is on the cage above it. You shouldn't even have to waste time on him. You already got Liv Morgan alone. You got everything you ever wanted on a silver platter. And remember at SummerSlam where I talked about Liv Morgan kind of be second fiddle in this whole story? And what made feel what will happen? Well, they just made it clear right here in this match. Match itself was kind of pretty underwhelming for the most part. They just didn't do particularly exciting in the ring. and and you see, and you really felt like something was lacking in this, and like, yeah, they just didn't deliver the goods here. Like this, like the match was a short, to say it through. And then you get to the closing sense of Dominic trying to get out of the cage, and I don't know how the hell this fucker didn't get, like, because it was pretty fucking scary, like him like he like called his phone the way it was hanging there, like. Why it was funny, like, this is where, okay, so Rhea Ripley saw it. She was kicking his ass. She hit her with a whiptie on the floor. She had every opportunity to win this match, and then she tells the referee, let me take care of him. That's hanging. And before I pay her, let me kick Dominic's ass. Yep. So not only Rhea Ripley is incapable of beating Liv Morgan in a match, now she's really that stupid. Because you just had her, the girl, laying down in the ring, and you're gonna focus on a guy that's hanging on the stage that can't do anything? Like, and then Raquel Rodriguez came out after Rhea Ripley hit Dominic with a candlestick in the most predictable way possible. And yeah. And they kind of screwed up the finish because it looks like they're supposed to pay her, and then the ref pretty much saw what happened, had to call the gear. But oh my god, this was a mess. And like, and they don't even want to be part of booking Liv and be as a strong champion, then why we are continuing with this? Why we are delivering so much on this story? Like this story is going like nowhere. And like, I don't know how much Raquel really adds to it. Like, you basically put another folder for Liv for Rhea to, another hurdle for Rhea to overcome, as he just got through Dominic. Like, it doesn't even feel like a Rhea Liv feud anymore. It's just Rhea versus Dominic, Raquel, and Liv. Now Liv be third fiddle as champion. Wow. Unfucking believable. So the match was a disappointment, and with a clusterfuck of a finish, and yeah, like, just get to the fucking point of this story, please. Good God. Then we get to the main event. The tag team match of Solo Sikoa and Jacob up to the Bloodline, going up against two Georgia Maze boys of Roman Reigns, who played his Alta Master in Georgia in when he was in football, and the hometown boy for Atlanta, the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns teaming together. The two biggest baby faces together in a match. And that's what was really going to make this match is the visual of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns teaming together. Like the two biggest stars in the entire company teaming, aligning themselves to take on the bloodline. That's what it really comes down. And this match just kind of follow side of a lot of bloodline tag matches. It's like, well, there's some really good psychology, good, like, decent story. Not so much in the ring action. And basically in the first gear. In the first gear in the match. And, well, I think I just kind of lost patience with it. Like, if there was a point to hit the aftermath and go balls to the walls for like 20-25 minutes while how long this match was, like, this was it. But no, like, Solo and Jacob will be very methodical and slowly with Cody and Roman and look, well, it was interesting at first because while it was interesting at first because Roman was just a good heel along with these tag matches. It just gets too long to get to a point where it got really exciting here. It wasn't really that exciting for the parts that Cody and Roman did. Like, when Roman got in, like, the crowd was into it. Like, they were really hot for the OTC Roman Reigns. I don't like that nickname. Don't know why, but I don't like it. But they were hot for the real tribal chief Roman Reigns. And I gotta say, he looked good. And he definitely, like, Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns made the match at least worth watch when they were into it. Like, when Solo and Jacob were kind of like methodically walking around Cody and Roman, the match was nah. But when Cody and Roman got in there, it got exciting. And yeah, like, you got some really cool spots where Cody had to do the launch and they hit the big ass splash through Jacob. Call back to what Jacob on the first time smacked the fall splash and excuse me, Cody Rhodes through the announcing table, and then was Roman and Solo in the ring. Roman looks like he was going to beat so easily, and then here comes the Tongas. Tama and Tonga. You saw them. They got facing Roman. Roman Superman punched them, and then sort of hits the spear. Roman gets out, and then you see a hooded figure, and Super gets both Tama and Tonga, and the mask hooded figure takes it off. And it's Jimmy Uso for the first time since after WrestleMania where he got kicked out by Solo in the New Bloodline. Where he got kicked out mostly by Solo and Tama Tonga. We saw Jimmy and Roman hit the spear for the 1, 2, 3. And they won the match. Roman and Jimmy hug. And you saw... And then afterwards, they saw them like Roman and Jimmy leaving the ring, and you saw the Bloodline attacking a Cody, and then Roman and Jamie kicked the Bloodline's ass. Roman looks at the title, gives it to Cody, and then the a particular if you smell, and out comes the final boss, The Rock, with still the Brahma Bull Championship, and just did. That was it. That's how they closed out their show. With the ones during days 1, 2, 3. And that's how the show ended. So they had this match close out the show, and that's how they end now. And it's like, this was kind of falls back on the show feeling on point, like, okay, it's kind of cool that The Rock showed up here to tease something that will be even on, that will even lead to till 2025. That seems like what May posted about on his Instagram account of he'd be back by 2025. So we won't even see them for at least like what, another 3 months. So this appearance kind of fell. Huh? But it was still cool, I guess. It was a cool ending to kind of lead you wonder, like, oh, what's gonna happen next with The Rock? That's Cody along with Sterling. Like, yeah, that should be something to go follow through. So the match, the tag team match was good. Was a good match that told a good story. Where I was kind of hoping for a great match that told a terrific story. As it was only good. And like I said, this main event, the closing and the opener Hell in a Cell, pretty much the only thing you should even recommend rewatching it. As you can easily skip the rest. As this show was pretty much mediocre at best. Like, this is definitely one of the weaker Triple H's PLE shows, and the 5-match show structure on these shows kind of looks like started to form some cracks a little bit here. And this show kind of suffered because of it. So there wasn't anything I disliked too much. It just didn't really feel inside the middle, except from the opener and the main event. That was it. So yeah, so that's my final thoughts on the show. Overall, it was average mediocre show. So that's my thoughts on it. Like this video if you haven't, subscribe if you haven't also. Tell me what you thought about Bad Blood in the comment section below. And as always, I'm Jason Marinius, and I approve this message.